Guests tonight are a group of brilliant actors who have made me laugh for the past 7 years by playing some of the worst people in Washington, D.C. Please welcome the cast of HBO's VEEP as Marjorie Palmiotti, Clea Duvall, as Catherine Meyer, Sarah Sutherland, as Richard T. I don't know why I said T. My middle name is John Splett. Sam Richardson, as Kent Davidson, Gary Cole, as Ben Cafferty, Kevin Dunn, as Jonah Ryan, Timothy Simons, as Mike McClintock, Matt Walsh, as Amy Bruckheimer, Anna Klumsky, as Gary Walsh, Tony Hale, and as President, Selena Meyer, Julia Louis Dreyfus. Hello. Pass that on. There you go. Please. Please have a seat. This is extraordinary.
Wow, what a nice reception.
Yeah. But you guys get that everywhere you go now these days, I'm sure.
Grocery store, it doesn't matter where we are.
As long as we're all together.
Yeah.
Grocery
yes,
shop.
we travel in a group.
Thank you for the nice rug.
Oh, you're welcome. They're welcome. We do things classy here. This is, broadcast network. Now, I rarely am nervous to talk to guests because I'm in show business too, so, big deal. But this for me is like, this is up there with the Lord of the Rings. This is like talking to the Fellowship of the Ring right now.
Wow.
Oh, we're so glad that you saw us.
I think you're playing the Lollipop Guild.
I don't know.
So, you know I'm a massive fan. I've told many of you who've been on the show, I've talked to you how much I geek out over you even when you're not around. I listen to you, I listen to the show when I'm doing the dishes, when I'm going to bed.
What?
No
visual?
No, I just literally listen to the jokes.
Wow. You should try watching it, actually watching it, not
really?
just listening, because it's really good.
It's not a radio play?
No, it's not a radio show.
We wear costumes, like sets.
Yeah.
Well, for the people out there who, the few people out there who may not know what the show's about, what is the show about to you? Julia, what's the show about?
Oh, God, I knew you'd ask me this question. I feel like I'm taking my SATs.
Give me an analogy. This show is to chivalry as...
No, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
This is a show that is a satire of the culture of politics.
Okay.
And it is without party. I mean, party, that is to say, is not identified. There's just us and them, which I think is useful because then no matter what party you are in, you might get a kick out of it.
You work really hard, so we can't figure out what party people are.
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah, you cannot. And as a result of that fact, we've had people on both sides of the aisle, and I mean extreme sides of the aisle, really dig this show and tell us how much they like how we're making fun of the other side. Which is very sasatisfying.
Nice.
That's nice.
Yes.
So when you first, who's original cast from 7 years ago? Raise your hands, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what did you think this was going to be? What did you think of when you first heard of the idea or saw the first script? Like, how many curse words were there in the first page?
Oh, I think it was, I mean, there were many curse words within probably the first few lines. It was, I had worked with Armando Iannucci before, and he was the creator.
The creator of the show.
And so I don't even think I needed to read it to know that I wanted to do it, honest to goodness, because I enjoy working with him so much. But then I was on the subway reading it, and the moment I was laughing out loud on the subway, I was just like, yeah, like they did it, and it's going to be so much fun.
Oh, that's so refreshing to read a comedy script that makes you laugh.
Yeah.
No, people don't understand that's true.
I don't think that's a joke.
No.
Yeah.
For a lot of comedy scripts, you read it and go, oh yeah, that could be argued that was a joke.
Yeah, exactly.
I understand how that would be funny.
You know, when I first heard about this show, the script hadn't been written yet, and all I knew was that it was a comedy about an unhappy vice president on HBO, written by Armando Iannucci. And I was like, if I don't get this job, I'm going to kill myself. No, that's not true. But I was really just a joke. But I was pretty excited to hear just that.
So it became...
R.I.P. to the other actresses that didn't get the part. We should have a moment of silence
Oh my God.
for all of the other actresses who killed themselves.
Right.
That's a really good joke.
Does
That's
anyone
definitely
know...
going to make the cut of the show.
Thanks for getting darker, Tim.
Wow, could have been Halle Berry. Could have played this part. No, does anybody remember their audition? After the show had already sort of been established. Clea, do you remember your audition?
Yeah, I remember my audition very well. VEEP was my absolute favorite show. When I got the phone call to audition, I thought there's 0% chance I'm getting this part, but I wanted to go anyway and try, and I spent the weekend trying to release any kind of emotion or facial expressions from my body. And then when I got to the audition, I didn't know Julia was going to be there, and that made me very nervous, but with my new lack of emotions, it didn't really affect me that much. And we read through the scenes and we did some improv, and it was so fun. And I walked out and I was on cloud nine, and I thought, if I don't get this part, at least I got to read with Julia Louis-Dreyfus. But then I got the part, and that was better. It was better.
Actually better, turns out. Well, you were saying that there's a lot of improvisation in the show. What are some of your favorite moments of improvisation that happened on the show? Things that you don't remember. I don't want to put you on the spot, but
Oh, I'll
it's my
tell
job.
you. Well, there have been multiple moments, but one that comes directly to mind is calling my friend Tim Simons, who plays Jonah Ryan, Jolly Green face. I believe that was born out of.
Improvised?
Yeah. Well, and then it was, folded in, that kind of a thing.
Because we
But
improv first,
yes.
and then it shows up on the script.
Right.
Exactly, right. And there are multiple. Well, tell the story of the tea set.
The tea set.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Tell that.
We were in London. Tony and I were doing a scene, and Tony, I believe, broke this antique china set.
No, it was a mutual.
Okay, we both broke this antique china set.
But that's in the show.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
Julia was
Because
in
they actually
Video
broke it.
Village, and she was yelling, "Quit laughing, you dummies! We're gonna try to use it."
But it was like
it's
it was
true.
like a Queen's China,
It was
really
fancy.
fancy tea set, and we just busted it.
Yeah,
Probably
completely.
cost the entire budget.
And
of
if
the
you
entire
watch
season.
that scene, I think you can see both of them sort of turn their backs away from camera, and that's only because they're howling laughing.
Yeah.
They're completely unprofessional actors.
But
It
it
turns out.
becomes like gorgeous music hall type comedy. Like it's like, I mean, they're like Laurel and Hardy, like
Yes.
putting it behind the curtain. And
Are there
yeah.
times? Are there times that you guys are corpsing, that you can't keep from laughing at what other people are doing on stage, but you're going to ruin the moment? Like, is someone particularly bad about that?
Well, I would comment on Tim, though. Tim tries to
yeah.
suppress when he cracks up, but
He doesn't-
his face is contorted and his neck is moving like this,
My shoulders move. I mean, they
as if
slowly
no
creep
one's
up.
going to notice.
And then it basically looks like a man being like, I'm regular. It's fine. I'm just an actor in a scene. It doesn't work.
Sam, I understand that there's actually something that you wanted to put in the show. You tried to get in the show where you blocked one of the letters in Danny Chung's poster.
Yes. So this was
We actually have a photo. We have a
Yes.
photo of something that you wanted to have in. Explain it before we go to the
Well, okay,
photo.
so we were actually, it was the last day of season 3, I think, and we were shooting, this is a lot of pages. We were shooting 33 pages in one day. It's a massive amount of pages. And we figured out that if I stood in front of a sign a certain way, it would change the meaning of the sign. And I almost got myself fired by going to Video Village and being like, we are putting a camera on this. It will happen. And they were like, Tim, we're shooting 33 pages.
Okay,
and
so this is what.
that's
But
the
explain
setup.
what
Danny
the
Chung.
setup- yeah.
This is the Danny Chung campaign poster that you stood in front of.
Yes.
Jim.
So it's just, it's a
Just
Solid bit.
it's a solid bit. It's a
Just
so
pure.
That good?
it's a hung
I would-
president, and my bit was Amy walks by, and I would just be like, Amy. And how long could that take? I'm still upset at Chris Addison, who refused
Well, it just took
to
plenty
film
of time here, so.
Well, we have to take a quick break here, but stick around because when we come back, we'll have some of your questions to ask the cast of VEEP. All right? Don't go away.